All right, so I'm going to recap the trades from today. We finished the week strong. This was a great week, perhaps one of the best weeks of the year so far. It's early in the year, of course, but of course, Wednesday we had HOLO went up over 3,000%, which was insane. Yesterday we had the big move on SYRA. That was about 700%. So it's like we're seeing back-to-back big moves. Today, we do have a couple big percentage gainers. Those are reverse splits. If we filter those out, our leading percentage gainer is Top. The second leader is INBS. Both are at 100%. Got a couple penny stocks that are up as well. Some nice action there on NSTG, and Sun W had some nice action as well. So let's see, Sun W is up here, 186% gain on the day. So we do have some action, which is good. This is what we're looking for. We need volatility. That equals opportunity. All right, so finishing the day with $3,069.20. That's a great finish to the Friday, great finish to the week. I'm happy with that. I'm still not really tracking where I'm at on the year. I'm just not looking closely. I'm keeping my head down. I'm grinding, just locking up days like this, back to back to back to back. So I'm feeling good about that. I've had a couple red days here and there, but try not to sweat over it. Just let it be water under the bridge, bounce back, rally back on the next day. And I guess one thing that I'll add is that, so if you recall yesterday, I made my way to up about $6,000, 6,500. And then I gave back half of it off the top. I was sort of over trading. I felt like there was more opportunity, but I just kind of kept like paper cut, and then I had given back half. So there was a part of me that really wanted to keep trading so I could get back to up, 45, 55, maybe 6,500. And I just got to a point where I was like, my next best chance of that happening is tomorrow. So I sit down this morning, and within like 20 minutes of sitting down, I was already up $1,000 on Top. And then next thing you know, I take a couple more trades, and I'm at 3,000 on the day, which puts me back, if you included yesterday, to $6,500 between the 2 days. And so all of a sudden, it's like I'm back to that number. And it felt so easy today. I didn't have to struggle. I wasn't chasing. I was just trading. And so I think there's something there about just being willing to accept that maybe my next best chance of, getting back to where I wanted to be is going to be just tomorrow, and to be okay with walking away a little off your highs or in the red. All right. So first trade of the day was on Top, TOP. All right. So we're going to switch to Top. We're going to go back to about 7:45 a.m. That's when I started trading. I sat down on the early side. And, Top was, it was kind of tricky. It wasn't super, super easy, but I took my first trade right in here. Okay, so we had a double top, as you could see. This was resistance at about, this blue line was at $5.75. So we had some resistance here. But as we broke over it right here, I didn't buy the break of it at 741. I let it break. I let it pull back, and then I got in right here. We had first pullback, and we had second pullback. And in this move right here, I made $1,000. So that was my first trade within, 15 minutes of sitting down. Sat down around 7:30, whatever, 7:35, something like that. And that was the first trade. So that was nice. It sold off, came all the way back down to 75. In hindsight, I could have done a dip there off of the previous resistance, as that held support, but I didn't. It ends up curling back up, squeezing up to a high of, 634. I didn't trade that either. It pulls back, and then it goes in this long period of being sideways. I didn't trade this area at all. I was like, nope, not interested. I didn't actually take a trade until we got this pullback and this pullback. So then we had first and second pullback right here, and I traded on this leg up, which was really phenomenal, from 620 all the way up to 780. And on that, I made another $1,700. Again, it's not huge numbers, but I didn't take really big share size, and I just kind of got some scalp trades on it. Wasn't pushing it too hard. You can see how it popped up here and then pulled back again. So not the biggest resolution on that first pullback, but anyways, made some money on it. At the open, it comes up, double tops here, and then flushes into a halt down. Opens, sells off more. Pops to VWAP, can't break above it, pulls back, breaks VWAP here, can't hold above it, back down into weakness. So with a leading gapper failing, I sort of felt like maybe sentiment was shifting. That was on Top. I did get a trade on LAES pre-market, a very small trade, $92. Nothing exciting, but it did end up rallying back up higher. I didn't take, let's see. Oh, was it here? I can't remember if it was here or here. Let me look at I have so many trades today. Sometimes it's hard to find that ticker. Yeah, it was at about 908. So I did take this trade right here, getting in at about, let's see, 295, and taking some profit at 305. Hit a high of about 315, and then I didn't realize it flushed down that much. Rallied back up, but kind of gross price action there. So that one hit the scanner, has a 1.41 million share float. I thought, all right, I'll give it a shot, but just did small size on it. And then I had INBS. INBS ended up making a pretty big move. Maybe I left some money on the table on this one. You can see we've got support at this blue ascending trend line here. But another issue with this double top right here, it breaks the double top, but let's look at that on a 10-second chart. It's not actually that clean. It broke right here. It goes up to 480 and then flushes down to 420. Jackknife. And then it comes back up to 480 and then pushes through, flushes again, and then just grinds higher in this area with some bottoming tails and topping tails. Choppy. I didn't want to trade it in this area. I didn't trust it after seeing this knife right there. It ends up going up to 650, flushing down to this level, and then it pulls back a little bit more. So I don't know. I did make $200 on it. That was a trade I took pre-market. Today, I didn't take actually any trades after the open. I only got pre-market trades. I think my pre-market trade on it was right in here as it was popping up. So, I had the right idea on it, but I just didn't want to overstay my welcome. We had some really solid price action yesterday on SYRA, and comparatively, nothing felt as strong as that. Yesterday was just really phenomenal. Now, for my small account challenge this week, by the way, thank you for those of you guys who have been tuning into the small account challenge and who have been subscribing, who have been hitting the thumbs up. That is awesome for the channel. We are very close to hitting 20,000 thumbs up. So at the first 10,000 thumbs up, you help me unlock a new monitor right here. So I got to unlock this monitor. I'm still using this one, which is broken here on the edges. But I said every time we get 10,000 new thumbs up, you'll help me unlock a new piece of inventory. So thank you guys for doing that. And thank you guys who have been hitting the subscribe button, because I said every time we cross over 10,000 new subscribers, I reset the account back to $1,000. I also said that I will be uploading a deep dive on how I use level 2 in my trading. That's going to be a longer lesson. So that's going to be coming soon as well. So we've got some exciting stuff coming on the YouTube channel here. But in any case, so in penny stock world, I said this week I was going to focus on penny stocks. So in an attempt to grow the account. Sun W, this was one that I had on watch. Didn't end up trading at 56 million share float, a little higher. Yesterday, it had this, well, it's a gravestone doji. It's at the bottom of a move. It pops up, it sells off. Pretty weak, really. Ends up gapping up this morning, breaking yesterday's high. So kind of had that on watch. Didn't like it. NSTG, this is another penny stock, priced right now at 35 cents. I did get some trades on this one, so that'll be included in the upcoming small account challenge episode. But it's holding up there pretty well. So this one's grinding higher, which is good to see. It's definitely higher than where I sold, but in any case, green is good. So a little action on penny stocks today. MLGO was a really strong one yesterday. This thing went from 60 cents a share all the way up to almost $2 on circuit breaker halts at the open. So really strong price action there. Just really, really great to see. But, and then let's not forget the overall market, the S&P 500. So headlines out, S&P 500 breaking over 500 or 5,000 on the S&P, 500 on SPY. So that's, overall market, all-time highs. We're in a bull market right now. There's no doubt about it. It's been an impressive move. It's a rally coming out of a bear market, which, as you know, was well over a year of bear market territory in this area. So statistically, we have strong bull markets coming out of a bear market, and we'll see how long this rally continues. But right now, we've got some nice tailwinds in the overall market. And I think that is trickling down to a juicier market in small caps, penny stocks, and things like that. So overall, solid price action. Good to see things moving. I think my game plan for the coming week, I've been thinking a little bit about this week in terms of, did I capitalize as much as I could have on the opportunities that we had? Did I trade with the right share size? Could I have been more aggressive? Continue to have a little bit of an issue with, at times, large spreads and poor liquidity, which does make it hard to get in and out of positions. I know some of you guys who are using Thinkorswim, you hit a market order and you get filled between the spread. I never get filled between the spread. I fill at the ask, or I fill on the bid, buying on the ask, selling on the bid. I try selling the ask, but I never get filled between the spread. So, when we have stocks that have bigger spreads, which we have had over the last couple weeks, it really is hard to size up. HOLO, I did have a couple of nice trades on it yesterday, but buying on the ask when you've got a 50, 60 cent spread, it takes some courage to do that, even with just 1,000 shares. To do it with 3,000 or 5,000 shares, you're talking about potentially thousands of dollars in the spread and a $5,000 loss if you end up having to stop out. So I don't know. I think I traded pretty well. I don't have FOMO for missing holo at the end of the day because I never would be trading at that time of day. But I think overall I did pretty well. But I'll say that if we keep seeing this level of action, I'm going to keep asking that question of, should I increase my share size? Should I dig a little deeper? Should I show up a little earlier and stay a little longer? This is the time when it counts, right? So I always feel like I want to push it when it's hot and I get the best ROI on my time and on that effort. And when it's cold, that's when I want to say, you know what? It's Friday. It's, maybe I'm just going to take the day off and go do something else, right? Especially in the summer when the weather's nice. So I think that's really important to know when to lean in, when to be aggressive, and when to just ease off and not try so hard. Because when you try really, really hard and the market's slow, you just don't get rewarded for that effort. In fact, you get punished for it many times. You generate unnecessary commissions. You get yourself frustrated. Potentially, you dig yourself a hole. And when you dig yourself a big hole when it's cold, then you spend all that time kind of sulking, being disappointed. You don't feel like you should even take the day off because now you've got to make up ground. So now you feel like you really got to grind it out. And then when it finally gets hot, those winners are just recouping losses and you're burnt out. You're not able to fully maximize on it. So it's like it becomes this whole mental cycle that can be really detrimental to long-term success. Of course, how do you get yourself into a positive cycle? How do you transition from being in sort of a negative cycle to a positive cycle? And to me, it begins by focusing on accuracy, focusing on the highest quality setups so your accuracy improves, because what that usually does is it improves your self-confidence. You start having a day where you sit down, you take 3 trades, you're green on all 3, and you're like, wow, that was solid. You do that 4 or 5 days in a row, or you have losses, but they're really small, but you do that for a stretch, and you just really start to feel like things are shifting and confidence is coming back. And even if you're still net, in a drawdown, the confidence is what's going to bring you back to the top. So anyways, I hope you found this episode helpful. If you do, make sure you hit the thumbs up, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and don't forget to check out my small account challenge episode from this week. It's going to be posted right here. So check that out, and I'll see you guys back at it first thing Monday morning. I want to remind you, as always, that trading is risky. My results aren't typical. So manage your risk, take it slow, and I'll see you in the morning. I'll see you on Monday morning. All right. See you then. Enjoy the weekend.